water or furnace.
This triggered the plan to reevaluate water usage and implement balanced program. Let's find out more about this from the presenters, Mr. Aaron Abilina and Mr. Abraham Duron from the SMY Class Plan.
I'm Aaron Abilina, the Mechanical Chief Engineer of SMY Glass Plants, Engineering and Maintenance Department.
My name is Abraham Duron, the Pollution Control and Safety Officer under the Plant Manager's Office of SMY Glass Plant.
This is SMY Glass Plant staff to water sustainability.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen of SMYPC. SMY Glass Plant continues its combo approach from last year's power reduction project to this year's dive through water sustainability. SMY remains committed to sustainable growth by identifying, quantifying, assessing its process wastage, and minimizing its negative environmental impacts. Fresh water is a vital resource that is used in glass plant operations. As facilities grow and expand, so as the demand and the production. The process utilities use fresh water as a cooling medium and sanitation for non-production areas. On the other hand, recycled water is composed of the effluent and the rainwater. Effluent is wastewater from the production in domestic areas that undergone treatment, whereas rainwater is collected on a seasonal basis in a reservoir called the cistern.
Historically, YA and YB used to have a high specific water consumption. There was once a time when we dated an average of 2.76 cubic meter of fresh water for every metric ton of glass produced. SMY explored ways and conducted case studies aimed at reducing our fresh water usage towards water sustainability. Projects after projects were successfully implemented, such as the automatic control of solenoid valve, recirculating water from oil water separator, and effluent water recycling. Through years of steady improvement, we have effectively reduced our YA and YB specific water consumption to an optimum baseline of 1.49 cubic meter per metric ton. In 2019, SMY started operating its third furnace. YC, with a 20% higher capacity than YA and YB, produces 300 metric tons of glass per day. Accordingly, the glass forming ice machines and equipment sets were also of higher capacity. As a result of the capacity increase of YC, along with its process utilities, the specific water consumption baseline was set to 1.64 cubic meter per metric ton. This is relatively efficient, but still has a high potential for improvement.
Knowing that YC is the highest water-to-product ratio among the three furnaces, we have identified 5 areas that arise upon its establishment. First, SMY's population is increased by about 30%. Domestic water use of these additional employees are reflected in locker areas, production comfort rooms, and administration offices. These areas have no contribution to the specific water consumption. Secondly, YC's smart pump has a higher capacity compared to that of YA and YB due to its larger area coverage. Fire pumps supply our fire hydrants, which are only used during emergency situations. Thus, it is not a factor of YC's high specific water consumption.
Next, we look at YC's recycled water utilization. Before, SMY's recycled water is composed of YA-YB effluent water and YC rainwater cistern. Our data show that YC has the highest freshwater usage and yet has the least utilization of recycled water. Therefore, this factor is one of the major contributors of YC's high specific water consumption. Another one with high process utility requirement in YC is the power plant area. The creation of centralized compressed air system resulted in a higher amount of cooling water necessary to maintain its operations. The power plant area accounts for 27% of SMY's total water consumption. Majority of this, and about 60%, is used in YC cooling towers. Therefore, this is also a significant contributor to YC's high specific water consumption. Last is the high capacity of glass-forming ice machines. Our YC has faster speed and has more sections compared to YA and YB, and therefore more water is required to maintain the glass-forming chutes. Glass-forming chutes is where hot molten glass, gum, and hot bottles pass through during gum rejection, maintenance, and job change activities. Water is used to cool down and maintain the temperature of the chutes to prevent material accumulation or clogging. As we reviewed the use of fresh water in the YC production area, we found out that 65% of the total was used in the glass-forming chutes. Thus, this is a major contributor to YC's high water consumption.
Let us take a deeper dive to each of the three major sources of YC's high specific water consumption. To begin with, during the first quarter of 2022, only 79% of the effluent water was recycled. This leaves 21% of unutilized effluent water. This wastage is an opportunity for reusing more effluent water. After projecting its potential benefits, a continuous improvement project was done that started with the YA effluent line, followed by the YB effluent line extension, and the most recent, the YC effluent line extension that was established last April 2022.
Another identified contributor is the YC cooling towers. These are specialized heat exchangers responsible for the cooling water system of air compressors and generator sets. In general, cooling towers have three types of losses: evaporative, drift, and blowdown. Of the three identified losses, only blowdown is recoverable and can be reused. It is the amount of water necessary to be removed from the system in order to maintain the low concentration of minerals and prevent scaling and fouling through pipes and fittings. Using our equipment specifications and Perry's formula from the Chemical Engineering Handbook, we deduce an optimum blowdown discharge flow rate of 1.65 cubic meter per hour. And as we further review the cooling tower blowdown meters of YA, YB, YC, and genset cooling towers, we found out that 73% of the total blowdown losses came from the YC cooling towers alone. Thus, in 2022, we installed a new pipeline connecting these blowdown discharges to the YC system, and we now harness it as a new source of recycled water.
Originally, the cistern harvests rainwater. Then, the collected rainwater will be sent to the ground tap after passing through a series of filters. From the ground tap, it is distributed to the YC process utilities with the help of our booster pumps. Now, the new cistern has expanded to recycled water sources. With the addition of the effluent line from the wastewater treatment facility and the blowdown from the YC cooling towers, its design was modified by connecting the discharge pipe directly to the glass-forming chutes, which now supplies the recycled water for its purpose. However, the cistern has a limited capacity of 27 cubic meters that can only last for 1 to 2 hours if continuously used. In line with this limitation, we tested various schemes to know the best setup for freshwater valve assist, which will maintain sufficient water supply and will serve as a backup for the recycled water. The challenging parts of executing these schemes are coordinating with the tight job change schedule, keeping up with the fast-paced line maintenance activities, and aligning the services team of this new and efficient setup. After testing various schemes, we have identified that Scheme 2 is the best one to use. It is the lowest flow rate of fresh water while still maintaining the temperature of the chutes.
Now, after extending the use of effluent water to YC, repurposing the cooling tower blowdown discharge to the YC cistern, connecting YC cistern directly to glass-forming reject chutes, And through the efforts of managing the use of freshwater assist during job change and other line activities, YC's 2022 specific water consumption decreased to an average of 1.44 cubic meter per metric ton. This is even better than our YA and YB baseline and equivalent to an improvement of 12.2%.
Freshwater consumption reveals a downward trend, showing 16.74% decrease over the last 4 years. SMY's continuous development of recycled water resources has resulted to a whopping 90,977 cubic meters used in 2022 alone. This is equivalent to a 3-month consumption of the whole SMY glass plant. And now, under normal operations, we are proud to say that the optimization of recycled water utilization achieves zero discharge. Having an operating cost of 31 pesos per hour, the cumulative savings of SMY's recycled water usage since 2020 to SMY's water sustainability projects and measures amounts to 0.7 million pesos.
On top of the monetary savings, SMY gives more value to the positive environmental impact of this project. We believe that every drop of fresh water saved is priceless. As SMY continues its dive towards water sustainability programs, we already have quite a few project studies underway. Recovering genset cooling tower blowdown, harnessing shear spray software backwash, and establishing YA-YB cistern system, just to name a few. Overall, developing non-freshwater programs is critical for the long-term availability of our freshwater resources. It is vital for business continuity and fostering a culture of water sustainability that will last from generation to generation. This has been Abram Hiron.
And this is Aaron Chultabelina.
We are from
SMY Glass Plant, showing you our will to win as we continue to dive through water sustainability. Thank you.
SMY Class 1. We would like to call the team advisors on stage as we proceed to our Q&A. Well, you may use the Pigeonhole Live or ask questions or share your inputs by using the microphones on the app. And then state your name and club. Let's see on the screen the submitted questions. So, our top question is, why are there significant differences in water distribution consumption from furnaces YA, YB, and YC? Anyone from the presenting team may answer.
Thank you for this question, Mr. Crimson Goswin. So, yes, there are significant differences in YA, YB, and YC water distribution. Specifically because YC has 20% higher capacity than our YA and YB. And along with that, our equipment sets, specifically the glass forming ice machines, are also of higher capacity. Therefore, this requires more water compared to YA and YB. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Our next top question is, let's see. How long did it take SMYGP to realize that lowering the flow rate can help you save water? Presenting team, you may now respond.
Alright, thank you for this question from Mr. Ernesto Baldomero. How long did it take for SMY to realize? Actually, since 2013, as presented, we used to have a high specific water consumption at about 2.76 cubic meter per metric ton of glass. So SMY continued to implement projects after projects every year. And then in 2019, we were able to decrease from 2.67 to 1.49 cubic meter per metric ton. From 2019, when we installed our YC additional furnace, we implemented also more projects like recycling our effluent water, using our cooling tower blow-down discharge, and from 1.64 cubic meter per metric ton of water, we have reduced it as a record to 1.44. So ever since, we have already been trying to reduce our freshwater usage in SMY and continue to be sustainable. Thank you.
Thank you, very well said. Our next top question is, how do you sustain a consistently good performance role in all future delivery? You may now respond, presenting team.
Thank you for this question, Mr. Ives and Nuevo. So how do we sustain a consistently good performance role in all our future delivery? I think this is general, no? But particularly with water. Yes, as mentioned in the last part of our presentation, we already have quite a few project studies that are already underway or already happening. We are already trying to implement more projects for next year to totally achieve our water sustainability target for SMY.
Thank you again, very well said. Would like to acknowledge the comment of Gustavo Martin. Congratulations, Aaron and Abraham. Aquaman is a symbolic portrayal of water preservation. I like your choice and the way you presented your paper. Please propagate these concepts to our other plants. For our next top question, do you install an additional water pump in order to reuse the blowdown losses? You may now respond, presenting team.
Thank you for the question, sir. As a matter of fact, we did not install any additional pump to harness our total water. Instead, we have designed our piping with an inclination to maximize the use of gravity to transport the blowdown to the system sump, which will be another source of our recycled water and will supply the last 4 ships for its purpose. Thank you.
Thank you. Our fourth top question. Fresh water is indeed scarce. We appreciate the innovative and consolidated effort put into its preservation through usage optimization. Congratulations to ANA and to Ray the SMY Water Sustainability. Actually, this is comment from Sir Jonathan Aquino.
Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you, sir.
And I think we have further questions. For the last question, how does the overall increase in water consumption during job change activities affect water supply demand? You may now respond.
Okay, thank you for this question. Most of the questions are from my script, so I'm going to answer this one. Thank you, Mr. Pablo Matibay. So, how does the overall increase in water consumption during job change activities affect our water supply? Yes, during job change activities and underlying activities, this greatly affects our water consumption. If you will remember, 65% of the total water consumption in YC goes to our glass forming reactions. And this is where job change activities happen. So yes, it greatly affects our water consumption.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, presenters from SMY Class 9. And a round of applause. Up next, in this team's presentation, in Vietnam, this plant enhances production process to increase program plant capacity, quality, and security despite the pandemic surge in 2022.
Let's listen to how they explored ways to sustain customer confidence and improve sales revenue. Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from San Miguel Yamamura Puro Packaging Company Limited, our presenters, Mr. Khan and Mr. B.